Greetings, Goddess, Body, Mind, Spirit. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyrone Milade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. I want to get on and talk about this video that I uploaded today that's talking about this new moon in Leo. You all know, if you haven't watched yet, you'll find out. For those who have watched, hey, Leslie, how are you? That video is what I typically do for the new moon because I have figured out, or the full moon, I really love coming on live and talking to you all and, sharing the wisdom. I share the wisdom because I know for a fact what the wisdom has done for me. And of course, I go from all different directions, all different angles. If you're like me, you love the astro, but you really adore the Afro and you really adore the goddess tradition. So I like sharing as much as I can to help everybody out. And so you also heard me talk, and I even showed you this class that I have created. And I call it the Master Class Workshop Series, and it's about Leo. Now, what this class is basically what I do to live my life. That's how I create things for you all. If you see me talking about certain things in a video, it's because that's how I live. That's the wisdom that was given to me. And I am finding, just like I told you, that doing these readings on a weekly basis for my inner circle and actually writing out, I have guides and journals, actually writing it out. You're a Leo. Hashtag I'm a Leo. Happy Leo season. Oh my God. My niece is on here. Oh, Alex, how you doing, baby? Happy Leo season, Leslie. So this manual right here, I am telling you, you're welcome. This manual is going to give you so much. If you know quite a bit about Leo, it still is going to be beneficial to you because I tie in the Afro tradition, and I also have suggested practices. And for those, Leo is all about being creative. It's about being you. How many of us are tired of being fake and phony? How many of us are tired of being our superstar made up selves, right? We're done with that. We need to be the real deal. Am I lying, Leslie? Because if you're a Leo, I know you can't not do you, right? But even Leos need that push to be even more of who and what they are, right? So this Leo season is for us to do, be, have, whatever it is that we are. No more lies. No more lies. Only the truth. And that's what I have created this for. So you get a workbook, you get a journal. A journal is a part of the workbook. The workbook has a lot of information that most people don't know about Leo. Like, people think Leos are arrogant. That's like, to me, the number one thing that everyone would say about a Leo. Oh, Leo's arrogant. Well, I have come to learn that, first of all, it's a Leo in all of us. Secondly, we could not be creative. We could not be uniquely who and what we are if we did not have, all of us, an inner Leo. Okay. And so you need to understand this part of yourself. That's what I'm all about. Self-realization, self-mastery. And so I'm going through the fifth house. Oh, yes. Put Caitlin on here. Send this video to Caitlin. For anyone who's watching this, do you know what it means to talk about the fifth house, right? It's only a few of us. More and more of us are learning, but a lot of us don't know what that fifth house signifies. So I even touch on that in this video because people are like, oh, what do I need to do to be creative? And you'll find typically that you do have inclinations for your chart. You just need that extra boost. You need that extra, hey, yes, this is who and what you are. That's what you should be doing. Because once I began to understand my chart, that's when I said, you know what? I'm supposed to be a priestess. I'm into astrology and spirituality, and I can't do what people want me to do. All I can do is be who and what I am, because that's what makes me feel good. And the more we're walking and being who and what we are, the better we are showing up in the world. So many of us, we are broke down, we're addicted. Let's talk addiction. All right. Addiction typically is going to flow from us being something other than who and what we are. That's wrong. Let's just drop the addiction and walk fully as who and what we were born to be. Okay. And this has to do with your skills, your talents and your gifts. What are your gifts? What makes you shine? What makes you uniquely you? I know there's some things about me, like my husband says, I'm goofy with a capital oofy, right? I know I'm goofy. I can't even try to be cool because I'm not. I'm always going to do something that's a little bit goofy. That's just what I am. I have a weird, wacky sense of humor. I can try to look serious, and the next thing I know, I'm going to bust out laughing. I've just accepted this is what I am. Spiritually, my gifts, that's my gift set. My skill set is spirituality. This is what I love. I love to dance. When I was a girl, I told my mom, I want to be a dancer. And she was like, no. Well, guess what I'm doing? I'm dancing. So, like, we really need to live from this place because it brings us alive. And this is how we can make some good money. Y'all, that's what everybody's talking about nowadays. Find what you love to do and find a way to make some money from it, right? Instead of being a cog in the wheel. Some of us will love going into that corporate job, being a part of the corporate, gig. Some of us will like the government or academia, these bureaucracies. Some of us will like being, we will thrive being a secretary in an office. That is fine. That's not the totality of who and what we are. And even a secretary or someone who works in like a corporate job or in a government bureaucracy, they're going to have a hardcore hobby on the side that has nothing to do with what their 8 to 5 is, right? And that's what Leo season is asking us to do. And so people come to me all the time. They're like, what do I need to do? I'm so confused. I want to know. Well, I'm telling y'all, look, and I need to put it in this video, but you can go right now to the video where I go through the signs for this upcoming new moon in Leo. There's a link in the video about where to buy this workbook that will tell you so much about Leo now and forever, but also to help you prepare yourself to really maximize this season. Because my goal for all of us is to finish the year successfully. And this is one of my ways of doing it. And so you get this workbook and you get 3 videos. Well, one of the videos you may have already seen is the new moon in Leo wisdom. I gave that away for free as I do every month. And then there's it's about an hour. It's a little over an hour. It might be almost an hour and a half that goes through this workbook. I describe everything that I write in this workbook. So I'm not leaving you out high and dry where you got to read it and try to understand it. I go through the workbook and explain everything to you. And then there's a video that talks about that 5th house because people get so confused. And so I want to help unconfuse folks by sharing what a lot of us need to know, but we hadn't yet figured out. And so it's helping you to understand your 5th house, which is about your creativity and what makes you uniquely you. Okay. That was a bonus. I wasn't even planning on putting that in there, but then I thought, you know what? I really need to add that. Then there's a journal where you can write down what you are committing to during this Leo season. But I don't want you just to do it during this Leo season. You're just getting it started, baby, during this Leo season. You're going to continue to be who you are for the rest of your life. This is just giving you more ammunition to do it. Okay. Let me see what y'all are saying. Yes. Leslie wrote, our authentic selves. That's what this season is all about, being your authentic self. So I just wanted to get on really quickly and ask you all to please consider buying this. It's $7. Two of my friends have already bought one. And one of my friends, she actually is very much a consumer like me of online courses. And she said, girl, why are you selling this for $7? You should sell this for 30. This is worth way more than $7. But this first time around, I said I was just going to do 7. So I told her, I know this is worth more than $7. And I just got to talk this way, y'all, because I'm my own salesperson and all that kind of good stuff. But it's not really about selling. It's just letting you know this thing is over delivering on what I'm sharing in it. It's so worth the $7. So I'm asking you to go on ahead, buy it, share it, ask other friends to buy it. It's just $7, y'all. Y'all don't have to download and share it. Ask people to buy it because it's going to help people, right? People don't value what they don't like invest in some kind of way, but it is really worth more like $30 because it's like 2 to 3 hours of video in there, and it's chock full of information that I actually have spent hundreds of dollars and spent hours learning so that I can share with you all, because I feel part of my calling is to help people get free. And the way we get free is through self-knowledge and astrology, the Metanetter, Ifa, and the Orisha. These are all technologies that are here to help us get free. And it's hard to really try to get a grasp on them. And y'all know African traditional spirituality, the goddess tradition, people not trying to come off and tell you a whole bunch. A lot of times it's shrouded in secrecy, and it's so culturally different that it's hard for us to grasp onto it. So that's another reason why I like sharing things like this. So Leo season is all about, the other thing that I neglected to say, it's the astrological new year. That's why I chose to really go big on this for you all, for Leo. It's the astrological new year. So if you have not kept up with working on the goals that you have for this year, or maybe you're like, I'm still working, I just need this extra oomph to get there, I thought this is the perfect time. Leo is about inspiration. And it's so many planets that's going to be in Leo at one time, that I thought this is our time. This is our time to really say, you know what? I'm finishing strongly. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to meet my goals. I am not going to be left behind. You do not want to be behind the curveball in 2020, because 2020 is going to be killing it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, I love my niece. Very good. The other thing that I wanted to do is to ask people, what are you interested in knowing? Sometimes people are like, well, I don't know what I don't know. And I get that. But what is it that you all are curious? Like, what questions do you all have? Would y'all like to see me come on every now and again and do live questions and answers? I would love to do that. To me, Monica, it largely affects the moon signs very similarly. You know, if Leo is if you're a Leo moon, or if someone you know is a Leo moon, then this new moon is a lunar return for you. Your Leo moon this time, every year this time, is a lunar return. So whatever your moon sign is, anytime the moon comes back to that sign, you're having a lunar return. So we have lunar return once a month, but when it's during Leo season, this lunar return, which it all depends on what what degree your moon is, but still a moon in Leo to me is a moon in Leo. If you have a moon in Leo and the new moon is in Leo, then, it's an extra special lunar return because it's a new moon lunar return. So, yeah, I just say, y'all, $7, buy this, and it's going to tell you everything. Well, it'll tell you a lot. I'm not going to say it's going to tell you everything you need to know because your chart is unique. Just like I was saying, depends on what degree your moon is. Is it exactly a lunar return or is it a different lunar return? Oh, okay. Very good, Leslie. Oh, okay. You're new to all this. Cool, cool, cool. Um, and let's see here. What else? So yeah, if it just FYI, since I'm just sharing to a certain degree, if you have a new moon on your birthday, that's a big deal too. That's like a true new beginning. And so do you know what degree your moon is, Monica? This moon is at 8 degrees. The new moon is at 8 degrees of Leo on July 31st. So, okay. So yeah, and I'm sorry, yeah, that's my home phone ringing. But if your moon is at 8 degrees of Leo, then you will definitely be feeling this new moon. But it's not an eclipse or anything like that. So But yeah, anytime you have an astrological event that happens at the degree of a planet of yours, or maybe like 180 from that planet, it's at an angle of some sort. You can feel it. I really love traditional astrology, so I just believe if it's happening in that house, that sign, and you have a planet or two or three or four in that sign, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. It's so. Keep me posted. Tell me what you're experiencing as a result of this new moon in Leo. The new moon, and I talk about that in the video, is always about a new fresh start, a new beginning. The new moon, there's the dark moon, and then there's right when the sliver of the moon is visible. That's when we need to start taking action. I would think that's the number one thing we need to know, because if that moon is dark and we start taking action, that moon is not weak. It's dark. So it lacks power. So we always need to remember that we need to start taking action once we can see the sliver of that new moon. And another aside would be, people would be amazed at how much that sliver tells a lot. But I'm not at that level of astrology yet, so I can't really talk about it. I listen to other astrologers talk about that, but that once we can see that new moon coming through, you can actually see the light on it. It's not even fully a crescent. It's just like a sliver of a crescent. That moon dictates so much of what's going on. And so those are things that I'm working to learn for us or whatever. So, well, y'all, look, I've been on long enough. Thank y'all so much for being on the live with me. And I have so many other videos coming out for you all too. I released the new moon video. But I do want to start the series. I released it in my inner circle first. And so I really need to get out this new series that I have coming out on self-mastery, which really ties into this time, this Leo time, and just this whole energy of Capricorn that we're caught up in. Hey, Tracy, how are you? But yeah, this whole time of Capricorn and like really getting ourselves ready to go to the next level. So I want to release that to you all, and I will do that soon. I just have to say really quickly that of all the things that I release, and I stand by everything I release, I love everything that I release, and I typically only speak when I am told to say something. I'm not just trying to be on here talking just for the sake of it. But of all the things that I have released, when I talk about the 4 keys to self-mastery, and when I tell you those keys have gotten me far, oh my goodness, those keys have gotten me far. So Please, please, please. Those keys I learned from my godfather, although what I'm giving you is my own interpretation of them. Those keys are powerful. They are awareness, devotion, ritual, and faith. I cannot wait to share them. I hope to hear from you all to let me know what you think about them. And I think I'm going to come back on in just a minute in another video. It's just something that I was thinking about that I really just want to get out today. I just want to say it today. Something that came to me in a pondering today, and I hope that it helps you all. So y'all look for another video to come soon. Thank you all so much. Again, once I end this live stream, I'm going to put a link for you to be able to go and purchase this master class. I'm selling it for $7. It's valued at $30, but I'm selling it for $7 because this is my first time releasing something. So y'all better get it while it's cheap, baby. If you like me, you like a deal. You better get on this deal because, yeah. All right, love y'all. Mwah. See you in the next video. Peace.